Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back, same time, same place for Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 9, Out of Town and Out of Bounds. Honey, it was a lot of outs going on. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you get anything out of the content. And please do not hesitate to hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. And go ahead and hit the all button, okay? Because, I mean, even if you don't watch the show, just listen to the review. Honey, you ain't got nothing else to do. Now, let's get into it. We gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we see a few of the people in their cars, right? Walter and Sabrina on their way in one car, dressed in pastel pink. I'm like, not y'all dressing alike. I caught that. In the other car is Zadia, Cornelius, and Camille. Zadia still got a mask on, child. Honey, I don't blame you at all. And Camille is like, so are we sharing a room? He's like, I said we can. Child, he let her run all over him. Why are you sharing a room with a celibate man? Huh? Why? What are y'all gonna do? Sleep head to foot? Girl, anyway, moving forward. So Zadia in the back talking about, I'm happy y'all found love, honey, in a hopeless place, okay? He said, Zaza, really? It's Zaza. Child, not Zaza. You know what? Child, let me keep my observations to myself. Child, moving forward. Apparently, there's been a clique that's been formed. It's called the Brown Girl Squad. Okay, BGS. I don't know now. It's very close to BGC, Bad Girls Club. And the way y'all were acting all up and through this retreat, it sounded like it's more of the latter. She was like, it consists of Mumim, Zadia, and Camille. Mumim, honey, just a word to the wise. You are the company that you keep, girly. Honey, do you really want to align with the mean girls? Girl. Okay, if that's what you want to do, child, go and set yourself off. So Zadia was like, look at him calling me Zaza. And Camille was like, he want to be a part of the Brown Girl Squad so bad. He want to be our mascot. Child, not y'all saying Cornelius want to be a part of this BGS. Oh, child, it's some BS. So Zadia said, you know, we all get together and we have fun and we just also happen to be brown-skinned women. In the other cars, Sabrina is asking Walter if he considers them coupled up. He said, sis, it's a no, okay? He said, you know, my connections are Sabrina and Mumim. Back in the other car, Zadia is like, so what do y'all think gonna happen? Here go Camille. I think it's gonna be some drama and I am here for it. What kind of grown, mature woman looks forward to drama? I like peace. Now listen to me. I might watch these reality shows and I might laugh at them getting into it as they get into it. But in the real world, okay, where there are no cameras and no one saying action, I don't like drama. I don't like to watch drama. I don't like to be involved in drama. It makes my anxiety go up and around and through. Honey, I don't like that. I like peace. So for you to sit there and say, it's going to be some drama and I'm excited about it, girl, goodbye. So then in her confessional, she was like, well, you know, the tensions are flaring up, but the Brown Girl Squad, we're good. BGS for life. This is so high school. Child, this is so high school. So then they started talking about whose house they're moving into. And she's like, we're going to get us a house together. He's like, okay, wait a second. One step at a time. Camille should have gone on Married at First Sight. Because, honey, clearly that's what she wants to do. She wants to meet you, marry you, and then come on down the stairs with the baby carriage. Child, this is a fool. Moving forward. In the other car, Sabrina drops the bomb that she used to dance. And then she said it so casually. She was like, yeah, you know, I used to dance. Girl, how you gonna wonder if y'all are coupled up, but you have yet to tell him something like, I used to dance. Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. Bands. Shout out to Juicy J. Shout out to my story time. Now, what I was wondering is, what is making you just reveal all these things during this car ride? Okay, I'm not understanding that. So Walter, in his confessional, he was like, well, you know, it's not as taboo as it used to be, but I mean, it's kind of sending up a red flag. I know you didn't talk about no red flag. Honey, that ex you brought does not exactly look like she's an accountant. Okay, shout out to the accountants. And what does her past have to do with now? I mean, her clinginess is sending up a red flag, but her saying that she used to dance 10 years ago or whenever it was, for 10 years, however many years ago, what does that have to do with now? Child, you just trying to think of any old thing. If you don't like her, just say that. This car ride was so awkward. Back over in the other car, Camille got an attitude because Cornelius didn't answer the question that Zadia asked the way she wanted him to answer it. Child, she's so childish. Moving forward. So they arrive at the estate. I guess Sydney and Frank rode together. Honey, I'm not sure what's happening. So everyone's arriving, right? Naim runs up to embrace Zadia. Child, he picked her up, swung her around, planted a kiss on her. I'm like, okay, connection. We kissing now? Okay. And why didn't Zadia ride with him, I wonder? So in her confessional, she said coming in, her strongest connection is Naim and Dante. Mumim goes to gather up Walter so she can show him the piano. Okay, fun fact, Walter can play the piano. Who knew? She said the two of them wrote a song called Stay Right. She said they both love music and they both have music in common. So this is what's going on here. We have actors, musicians, models, hairstylists. Child, anywho, let's just call this for what it is, honey. This is just a way to get your name out there. Ain't nobody ready to love, honey. They're ready to hang out and ready for exposure. Moving forward. So they sit down at the piano to try to play a little tune, honey, but it's off tune. And she's like, yeah, so we wrote a song and it goes, all you gotta do is stay right, stay right. That song is wrong, is wrong, is wrong. It's in the wrong tone. Child, I ain't like nothing about that. Child, it is a mess. Do you hear me? So they're all getting settled in, and Zadia is unpacking. So Dante peeks his head in, and he's like saying a little joke about them packing and sleeping in the same room. And she's like, all the rooms are on the other side. Oh, child. So he peeks his head in, but Zadia is acting like she got a little attitude, and honey, she don't want to be bothered. He said coming into the house, you know, she was his strongest connection, but she's acting like she doesn't want to reciprocate that. He said him and Aisha were connecting via phone, but not in person. So now this is their chance. I'm starting to see my girl Aisha really don't have many strong connections. Like, I like Aisha, but it's like they like her, but in addition to. It's like Phil, he likes her, but in addition to Tasia and Shiloh. And now Tasia is gone, so it seems like he only likes Shiloh. Then you have Frank. He was all in that photo booth kissing it. Aisha, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Stop letting these men touch you, feel you, kiss you. Stop it. Okay? Because Frank and his shoulders, they were kissing you in that photo booth. And now he over there shimmying and shaking with Sydney. Talking about they Siamese twins or whatever it is they talking about, honey. Stop letting these men touch you. Because I'm really starting to see that there's really no number one connection for you. So then Tommy shows up and he starts clapping to get the crowd going. Child, y'all know Tommy ain't gonna do nothing without his round of applause. Child, shout out to Waka Flocka Flame. So he's telling them to be in the moment and that the ladies are in control and one man is going to be going home tomorrow morning. Moving forward, Walter at this piano yet again with Sabrina making sweet music and making that's what she said jokes, and Sabrina up there cackling and whatnot. So Mumim and Camille roll up. I thought you were confident, sis. I thought you said that it doesn't matter what type of connection he has with Sabrina as long as he has the connection with you. So therefore, and thus and such, you should not even be worried about him over here playing this song off key. So she goes and stands over there by him, right? So in her confessional, she said, I came closer to the piano, but then I noticed that Walter's energy has completely shifted and I'm not feeling it. She said basically he gave her a not now type of vibe. Honey, I told y'all Walter cannot be trusted. Okay, he can't be trusted. So Sabrina said, yeah, I saw that she was rubbing the back of his neck and his head, but that has nothing to do with my connection with him. Child, feelings already getting hurt. Honey, y'all gotta be tougher than that. In the next scene, everyone is out at the pool and Frank said he's going to focus solely on Sydney and Mumim. So everyone is in the pool or by the pool. Naim and Zadia, they're by the pool talking about, the ride up. And so she asked him if he sees anything for them outside of the trip and where it can go. Because she's trying to see where they stand. So he's like, yeah, I see a possibility. Sir, we are too far along to see a possibility. Okay, either you know or you don't know. Did Naim have any other connections? I don't think he connected with anybody but her. Or was it Shiloh? Child, I don't know, honey, because ain't nobody sticking to me. So I really just don't know who's who. Okay. So then in her confessional, she said, I like him, but at this point, I really want him to tell me where we stand. Because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket without being confirmed in that space. Well, I think you need to express those things to him because time is of the essence and you've given Dante the cold shoulder, honey. He really cannot be bothered. Now he focused on Aisha. And Naim, you need to pipe up. Like, speak your speech, honey. Tell her exactly what it is. If you're feeling her and feeling her only, which I think that you are, then you need to say that. Especially because it's the men's turn to go home. Over on the other side, Phil and Shiloh are hanging out. Phil, you got on so many clothes by this pool, child. Phil got on some sneakers, some sweatpants, a t-shirt, a hat. Phil, I understand, honey, because sometimes us women, we don't want to take it all off at the pool either, honey. Might have been eating a little bit too many Pop-Tarts or whatever it is we like to eat in the midnight hour. I understand. But sir, it is hot outside. You are sweating. Oh, child, this is a mess. So anywho, Shiloh is sitting out there with him, and so she asks how he felt about their connection, and he makes a little joke. But Phil, now don't start acting funny now that Sydney is showing you some attention, okay? Because I'm noticing how you're being a little standoffish when it comes to Shiloh. Okay, I peeped your game, honey. Now that Sydney's showing you a little attention, all of a sudden, oh, you know how I feel about you. Don't start that. Moving forward. Over on the other side, Mumin got a little attitude because Walter was acting brand new when he was sitting with Sabrina. She said, the biggest issue that they have is communication. So he's telling her that he knows she has a connection with other people, so he doesn't want her to be petty with him. He said, even at the piano, you were giving me eyes. She said, that's because your vibe was off since we got here. It was that song. Y'all shouldn't have been singing that song. It was that terrible song that threw y'all off, child. That's what it was. But this is a tough thing, though. In all seriousness, honey, I don't think I will be able to do it. I don't like sharing. And I don't like to be in spaces with people that I'm dating that could perhaps be dating someone else. Like in the real world, you are not just thrown into a space where you have to spend sun up and sun down and sleep in the same space as your person and their other people. Like, I just don't think I'd be able to do that, honey. But that's just me. Moving forward. She said, when I feel like when Sabrina is around, then you're a different person. She said, I feel like somebody is manipulating you. Child, and then they pan over to Sabrina. I said, look at these shady producers. Mumin, maybe he is more drawn to Sabrina. If you have other connections, then try nurturing those. Because, it seems like Walter and Sabrina are a thing. Honey, they even rolled up together in matching pink shirts and whatnot. She said, I don't know how this person got to him like that, but I can just feel it. It is a dating show, okay? You have to get to know other people. So he's trying to tell her that he's all into her and trying to see where this could go. And she got right on up and walked away. He was like, she got up and walked away from me. I didn't like that. Sir, you're going to be fine. Moving forward. Aisha's in the kitchen putting together some vegan options. Honey, then the cameraman gonna pan down to her sheer cover up without a little bottom out. I said, now why you gotta pan down to her bottom and whatnot? What y'all doing down there? So Dante is in the kitchen, honey, trying to make sure he gets something to eat. And she's like, Dante is such a man's man. This is what she said in her confessional. He's so intentional and gentlemanly, and oh, he's just so yummy. Okay. Honey, I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, but it's not for me because I'm not on the show. Because I tell y'all this each and every week. It would be a hell now as far as Dante is concerned. And Aisha gonna sing a man's praises in her confessional, honey, if she don't do nothing else. Aisha, side note, I am feeling the number 2 wig. Okay, girl, for the natural look. I like that. Moving forward. She said, I like that you like me. Aw, that was so sweet. But Aisha, be careful, honey, because I don't trust Dante in the slightest. He was just ready to share a room with Zadia. The only reason he in here with you cooking up chemistry is because Zadia is showing Naim more attention right now than she's showing him. And honey, he ain't fooling me. Okay, I said what I said and I ain't changing it. I don't trust this connection. I don't care if y'all been talking on the phone until the sun come up. He could have taken you out on a date, and that's that on that. Moving forward. So then he tells her, since the mansion mixer, I've been wanting time with you. Well, then you would have made time, Dante. Sorry, I'm not trusting nothing you saying. Not nothing. She's like, well, I like how you court me, and I want to see where this goes. He said, I agree. Child, he just don't want to go home, okay? And he don't want to sleep alone. I ain't trusting nothing he talking about. In the next scene, Cornelius and Camille, they steal some alone time, both wearing shades of blue. Child, she got them matching and everything. So then she presents him with a necklace. I'm so tired, Lord. It says God is greater than our highs and our lows. Amen on that one. Okay, but that necklace means y'all engaged, Cornelius. Honey, I just want you to know. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss that part. Child, goodbye. He said, I know she wants to take things to the next level. And, she does get messy. So I'm questioning if we're moving too fast. Don't tell us, tell her, okay? Tell her. Now is the time to have the tough conversations. Camille is going to take advantage of your kindness, sir. Like, come on, get real. She's like, so yeah, you're going to need to wear that necklace every day, Cornelius. This is your life. In the confessional, the producers asked Cornelius if Camille is controlling. He said, oh, you going to get me in trouble. Cornelius too weak for me, honey. He is too weak. It's quite unattractive, okay? She's not your mom. She's your potential life partner. Why you chose her, I don't know. But if you're afraid to answer simple questions, it's not a sustainable relationship. And soon you're going to resent her, and it will be your own fault for not speaking up. Moving forward. Everyone comes down for dinner. Cornelius comes down with flowers, so he sits down next to Camille, right? She's like, are you supposed to sit across from me? He said, do you want me to sit across from you? She said, yes, so I can look at you. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. Absolutely no, ma'am. She loves to emasculate him, with his permission, of course, because that's exactly what he's given her by not speaking up. So everyone grabs hands to pray over the food, right? Deacon Cornelius says the prayer, and they all dig in. So Aisha said, she asked the question. She said, well, how is everybody feeling about the curveball that Tommy dropped? So Dante said, we know it's a journey, so we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So Cornelius said, we've all gotten close, so, it'd be hard to see anyone leave. He's like, it's time to get down to it for real. Here go Camille. But you're good, boo. Oh, she's exhausting. She is so exhausting, Lord. Dante said in his confessional, Cornelius and Camille's relationship seems like a possessive situationship, but if he's into that, great, but it couldn't be him. Honey, we know you gonna dip, child. Moving forward. Camille acting all childish, talking about, well, some people don't have a reason to be concerned. For me, it was a sprint, and some are running a marathon. Girl, please, you lashed on to someone that doesn't know their worth and can be easily manipulated. You would have been gone first day had Cornelius stopped being Diary of a Wimpy Kid and dismissed you to get to know the other ladies, okay? No man is going to put up with your controlling ways. I mean, no man in his right mind anyway. So Sydney said in her confessional, Zadia and Camille are a little clique. Like, we didn't come here to make friends. They're exuding cattiness. And don't forget insecurities, sis. Definitely insecurities. They're too old to be behaving like that. That don't make no sense. Naim, Cornelius, I hope y'all are paying attention, okay? Because this is what y'all gonna get. Two mean girls. So Aisha said, nobody knows your walk in life. Everybody deserves to have real connections. So as she's talking, Zadia is like rolling her eyes. I cannot stand Zadia's nasty disposition. Girl, what is the issue? Like, what is wrong with her stating her opinion? What's wrong with that? She said, well, y'all made a connection, great, but who's to say he won't get voted off the island because he's only connected to you? So then Camille was like, I'll F y'all up. I'll F y'all up. Girl, I wish you would. Baby, I wish you would. So Aisha said, see, that's the problem there. That's why nobody wants to talk about the process, because she's making threats, and that's not cool. She needs to threaten whoever has been part in that sewing of hers. That's who she needs to be threatening, because honey, that thing is wider than outside. Child, she wouldn't put no fear in my heart. I would still vote. I vote Cornelius off the island. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Child, he can go and she can go with him. Whoever I feel should go, and whomever I deem worthy, they're going to go home. Moving forward. So then Zadia pipes up and she's like, if you made a connection and your man is in the bottom and you feel like you should fight for him, then you should fight for him. Here go Camille. Period. Girl, hush. Child, please. She said, it's sounding very haterish. How is it sounding haterish, Zadia? No, your friend is sounding very ignorant, ready to fight over a man she's known for 4 weeks or less. Doesn't that sound crazy to you? Aisha was like, nah, it ain't no hater bone in my body. Aisha said, look, you always jumping in. I have an opinion in this matter too. I'm in the process too. Child, y'all should have been sent both of them home. Okay, that's the problem right there. Cornelia should have been gone, and so should have Camille. Then we would not be having this conversation. So Zadia said, well, it sounds like you're hating because they made a connection and you have no real connections. Is it a connection, sis, or is it a hostage situation? Like, let's be real, okay? We really need to keep it real. This lady latched on to this man after speaking to him for 30 seconds. And it really could have been anybody that sat down that day. Honey, y'all dodged a bullet. Wherever she was sitting, you better be glad you didn't go in that direction. Moving forward. So then Zadia in her confessional, she's like, this isn't the first time that she's had diarrhea of the mouth, and I'm sick of it. No, your behind just don't like your brown girl squad members man potentially going home because you know she gonna be soon to follow, and then you ain't gonna have a little friend and nobody to click up with when it's time to do deliberations. You need to grow up. Girl, please, just grow up. So the guys are pulling Aisha out. She's heated because Zadia called her a hater. She's like, try me. You could just try me. I'm like, oh, child, it is getting good to me. So then Naim says, Zadia seems not to be able to walk away from nonsense. But Naim, it wasn't nonsense. It wasn't nonsense, though. It was her opinion. Like, don't the men want all of their opinions heard? So, Camille started this. Had she not said, I'll F y'all up, then Aisha wouldn't have said anything else. So Sabrina feels like Aisha shouldn't have been attacked because she had her own opinion. But my thing is this. All of you ladies are piping up in your confessionals, but why didn't somebody stick up for her in that moment? Even though Aisha was handling her own lightweight, so it really didn't matter. But I just feel like she was speaking for the table because Camille and Zadia feel like they run the deliberations. Who they say is going, and who they say is staying is staying. It don't work like that. Child, please. I would have been cussed them out, honey, but that's just me. So Phil is pulling Aisha away. She's still heated. He's trying to talk her down. Child, leave her alone. Let her be. She has every right to be upset. So Phil is like, why you worried about that? She said, because she's talking about me. And listen, I understand her frustration. And she's entitled to all the feelings that she has. Those two think that they can say whatever and do whatever. This is not high school or some sort of sorority and you're in charge. Like, y'all are not the only two involved in this process. Y'all did the same thing to Sydney last week. So Cornelius is like, it's very childish to argue like this. It's sowing more doubt in me. And again, this will be your life. Tell it to her and not to us. Moving forward. Dante is explaining to Zadia exactly what she was doing and how she was poking the bear. And instead of her taking some accountability, she states that Dante has been avoiding her all day, and now he's siding with Aisha, so clearly he's made a decision that he has not made her aware of. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. He found something to do because you were focused on Naim. So what was he supposed to do? Scratch and claw at you all weekend, hoping that you'd throw him a bone? No, it doesn't work like that. She's like, I don't need you to be the peacemaker. He's like, I'm not being the peacemaker. I'm just trying to get you to understand. She's like, oh, okay, so the understanding maker. This right here shows that she is unable to take accountability for her actions, and she doesn't like for others to hold her accountable. Okay, I see why some of these women single, honey, because this right here is going to be your life. Y'all gonna get in arguments. She is not going to see anything that she did wrong in the moment, and it's always gonna be your fault. You're gonna have to apologize even when you're not wrong. She's gonna always have an attitude, and the two of you are going to be in constant turmoil. Honey, that's that on that. Moving forward. He said, that's how you are. You're doing it. Exactly what you did to her. That's what you're doing right now. I guess that's just your personality. Now, when someone says that's just your personality, something is wrong with your personality. That's just a side note. She was like, oh, okay, so please explain, what are you talking about? That needs an explanation. He said, I don't like what I see, so I feel like it's time for me to get off the Zadia bus. Well, child, pull the rope and get on off at the next stop, child. Moving forward. In the next scene, Phil and Aisha, they're talking, and here come Dante in his silk baby making pajamas. I said, child, now he got this silk robe on with his chest out. Child, he was planning to lay somebody down, okay? Because it ain't no reason for you to pack these silk pajamas unless you want them to be seen, honey, and you ain't fooling me. So he pulls her aside in her cute two-piece pajama set. I'm like, yes, body. Go ahead and get pulled to the side. Yes, ma'am. So he takes her to the side to give her a massage, right? Baby Aisha tooted that thing up to get up on that massage table. I said, no, ma'am, honey. You ain't got to do all that to get up there. You do not have to do all that to get on that table. So she was like, it's just the cutest thing ever. I've never had anybody do anything like that for me. Okay, Dante the dad, putting in work in this episode, okay? But I'm still not trusting you, honey, as far as I can throw you. So they started talking about them going out, and child, he done got her out of her shirt. Child, she done took her shirt off so they can get a massage and whatnot. Sis, keep your clothes on. He's a baby making factory. Keep your clothes on. Keep them on, sis. But in all seriousness, though, if the two of them are connecting, I guess so. But Aisha, be careful. Because I feel like he only chose to really get to know you after Zadia started showing her true colors. Now, this is my opinion, and I feel like you need to be cognizant of that because it's something about Dante that is just not trustworthy. None of these men out here, quite frankly, and I ain't trusting none of them, even Phil. So then he starts rubbing her gluteus maximus. All right, now, Aisha. Well, that's how you get them. Moving forward. It's the next morning. Tommy shows up and asks everyone to meet in the common room. So he takes the ladies outside. Tommy said, Camille, I see that face that you're making. What's up? She said, it's just a lot of things being said that are confusing for me. How is it confusing for you? You posed a threat after Aisha asked a question. What are you confused about? Like, what's the confusing part for you? So Aisha said, these women like to talk. So Zadia said, what you said last night, it sounded like some hater stuff to me. Aisha said, look, Zadia is always so aggressive. Okay, Aisha. Okay, sis, wrong choice of words. Now, I don't like Zadia. She's not my favorite person on the cast. But I don't agree with calling our women aggressive. I just don't agree with it. Now, I don't think what she was doing was aggressive. She's catty, petty, and childish, but I don't think she was being aggressive. Okay, because, we got to kind of reel it in, child. They be already labeling us, so you got to kind of be careful. So Tommy is like, hey. Okay. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but there has to be respect. He's like, I don't even want to talk about that no more. Let's talk about who y'all in love with. Child, these women ain't in love with nobody. Tommy up there sounding like he's scolding somebody. Sounding like he's scolding his daughters, child. So Sabrina talks about her connection with Walter and how it's stronger since being on the trip. Child, it's been 12 hours, but set yourself off. Mumeen said she also had a connection with Walter, but it's fizzled out. She says she feels like she's not getting a lot out of him. Aisha talked about Dante and her having a connection, but no dates. But on this trip, he pulled out all of the stops. Child, I'm sure he did. Child, he gave her a massage and she was telling all the ladies about it. Then they panned over to Zadia and her screw face. I was like, girl, what is wrong? Girl, that face is looking real haterish, honey. So Zadia talks about Dante putting her in the back seat and Aisha in the front seat. He was returning your energy. Okay, that's what you gave when he first got there. So he gave it back to you. And your attitude is off-putting. No man is going to want to put up with that. Child, Naim might, but nobody else. Zadia said, Naim has given me space to figure things out and be myself. Zadia reminds me of Kyra. Very much so, but with a little bit more oomph, because Kyra never really got in anybody's face. But next episode, we see Zadia standing all up over this man, and honey, this is about to be a fool. And I'm like, not y'all having a full-on argument over Dante the dad. Okay. Anywho. Moving forward. So Sydney said, yeah, I love me some Frank. We're the male and female version of each other. That's bae. Girl, is it? Okay. So he asked Camille, and we already know what she gonna say. So she tells them that her intention is to walk down the aisle this time. And Tommy was like, this time? She said, yeah, I've been, engaged a few times. Child, she loves to say that over and over. Camille, we are so happy for you, honey. You have gotten a ring 3 consecutive times. Okay, great. I don't want to hear nothing else about these engagements. I don't want to hear it. So then Tommy asked about who they weren't feeling. Sabrina said, Cornelius, I haven't been feeling him from day one. Zadia said, Walter isn't ready to love. That's what I feel. Shiloh said, Cornelius. Camille is like, if he goes home, I'm going to be pissed. Girl, you can just go with him, honey. Problem solved. Moving forward. Sydney said, Naim, he just didn't really put in any effort. I feel like he's distracted. So Shiloh also said Naim, and Aisha said Naim. She said, because he's up and down. Zadia was like, I feel like that's some bullshit. Well, honey, that's what they said. Okay. And I don't think you and Camille thought this through because this is a numbers game. So while the two of you were Team Brown Girl Squad and Mumeen, honey, they didn't even know she was a part of the foolishness. They are now putting both of your men up on the chopping block. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's proceed. Child, we look over there. Zadia over there holding Camille's hand like Cornelius just passed on. I'm like, child, she's going to be fine. She will be okay. Moving forward. In the next scene, Naim goes to see Zadia for the eliminate, and Cornelius goes to meet Camille. So he brings another bouquet of flowers. Boy, come on in and sit down. And where are you getting all these flowers from on this ranch? Boy, goodbye. So Zadia is telling him, that the ladies feel he's not connecting to anyone. And he said, I'm just being sincere with my words. My words are matching my actions. And, I'm just going to remain hush. I'm not understanding. But okay. So Camille is speaking life into her man child, telling him how great he is, speaking life into him with a little bit of tears. And to be continued. I know y'all lying. If y'all don't listen to me, If y'all don't send Cornelius and Camille on down the road and play that Ready to Love song as they exit so that we can move forward. And though it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. Oh, we're good. And scene. Child, and that was the end of the episode. I really thought they were really about to get into it as they got into it. The way that they edited made me think that it was going to be more than what it actually was. But in the end, Aisha did have the last laugh because both of their men are up on the chopping block. Don't be a mean girl and you won't get mean girl results. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. If you watched it, if not, I gave you all the details that you need. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.